Hello heroes, Kolz here. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to get the perfect weapons in any run. Choosing weapons during a run is one of the first things that they tell you about in the tutorial, but mastering the tutorial is how you go from being an average player to a really good player. And understanding the mechanics of how you can choose weapons in a run to optimize what you get can make the difference between passing a chapter and not passing a chapter. I used to play a lot of TFT at a very high level, and Mortdog, who's one of the devs for that game, used to always say the best part of any video game is meaningful decisions. And the most important part of any run in Heroes vs. Hordes are the decisions you make around which weapons to choose and when to choose them. Today I'm going to do an example run and walk you through my thinking as I choose each one of my weapons. The build we're going to go for here is probably max damage, but with a coin tone. We're looking for, on the weapon side, we're looking for bombs, fire orbs, ice wand, and chain lightning. Chain lightning we could substitute with something like crossbow. I really like ice wand because I'm not exactly sure how hard this content is going to be, and ice wand is just like one of the, I think like an S tier weapon for like clearing difficult content because it freezes all the horde and lets you kind of get through content you might not otherwise be able to. On the tome side, we're looking for a duplicator tome, cooldown tome, power tome. I'm probably gonna run coin tome because I'm running Santa, so just gonna be a little bit greedy there. And area of effect. Santa's nice because he comes with extra upgrades on start. So we're gonna go snow cannon here, which is great. Fire orbs is good early. And then, so coin tome would be good. I wanna make sure, I'm gonna get greed for that, so I'm gonna save for it for last. So I'm gonna go for bomb. What you've seen here now is I've already started to fill out some of my weapon choices on the top level. So the top level is all of your weapons, and on the bottom level, it shows all your tomes, right? So it says I have 5 weapons and I have 5 tomes. As you fill up the weapon set, no other weapons will show. After I fill up all 5 of these, after I grab let's say chain lightning and ice wand, I will no longer get other weapons besides the 5 that are highlighted here, which is super important to keep in mind. And the same thing applies for tomes. So one of the things we're trying to do early in a run is just complete our weapon set. Because once we have our weapon set, we know that any reshuffle we do will probably have a weapon we can use. So even if we don't get the tomes that we need, we can always just pick the weapon that shows up. Also, early in the run, weapons do more damage than tomes. Tomes amplify your weapon's damage, but you need the weapons for the damage to be amplified to. So it's better to fill out your weapons before your tomes. This also applies for something like Hero Clash, where each decision is actually super important. Getting the weapons before your tomes can be the difference between winning a Hero Clash and losing. All right, so we didn't get anything here that we talked about. So we're gonna reshuffle. All right, we got bombs, great. So let's see how this, all right, this one's pretty straightforward. I don't really want crossbow, that's below ice wand and chain lightning in my priority. The duplicator tome is going to be helpful, so I'm just going to grab it now. See what we get next. All right, snow cannon and fire orbs, these are both really good early in a run. Fire orbs is great for the area of effect. So if you get like a big horde coming in at you, fire orbs will let you like live through it. So getting important to fire orbs early is helpful for that. So I'm going to do that for now. And this is pretty cool. You can just see the lava area too. It's the first time I'm actually loading into it. Okay. So here, we didn't get anything on this roll. And now we're invested in this run. We're 15 seconds in. We can't cancel it. So we're just going to see what we get here. None of this is great. Dragon's Breath isn't awful. It's not perfect. So let's reroll. We got Ice Wand and Snow Cannon. So again, we want to fill out the weapons before we start going higher in any weapon if we can. And so Ice Wand here is the clear choice. And Ice Wand is great early because it just will stop any kind of horde that potentially get close to me from hitting me. Okay, so Snow Cannon or Cooldown Tome are the two options here. For me, it's just Cooldown Tome. Cooldown Tome is the single biggest amplifier of damage in a run. So once you have a couple of weapons, like 3 or 4 like we do, Cooldown Tome is the way to go. All right, pretty straightforward here, just bombs is the selection. And so that's a good example too. When you're this far in and you have like most of your weapons and half of your tomes set up, and you get one that you already have, just click on it. Like, don't overthink it too much. I mean, we're trying to have meaningful decisions here, but at some level, like when you have an obvious choice, just go for it. Again here, right, like we don't want to risk reshuffling and getting something we don't want by accident. So just take the perfectly fine option, which is the stronger bombs. Like that's a great option there. Don't risk it to try and get like, oh, we really need to fill out the 5th weapon. We don't. We're okay with just stronger bombs. All right, we've actually hit max bombs already. So same logic there. Bombs, C-bombs, I'm not even thinking about it. I should be to help with this video, but C-bombs, click bombs, right? Something that's that strong. Bombs is our top priority weapon. Just click on it. All right, and great. And so here, we want all 3 of these. This is a clear example where we want all 3. But going back to first priority is filling out our weapons. And by getting chain lightning, that essentially allows us for the rest of the run to make sure that we're going to get whatever we want. Because once we have all the weapons selected, with the odds in the shop, we will typically always find at least one weapon to choose from. So if we reshuffle or it comes up, we'll always have a weapon that we can click on that is part of our build. So chain landing is the clear choice there, finishing out our weapon priority. Woo! Flocks at bats out of nowhere. All right, elite incoming. See where this, all right, he died already. Okay, so now we're at the point in the run where I'm going to greed. We have all of our weapons selected, which is great. Now we're trying to finalize our tomes, which is area of effect, power, and coin. And I'm taking coin here all the way because it's one of them. It's like the one I'm greeding for, and I want in order to make this run like extra worth it for me. So that's a clear one for me. If I wasn't being greedy, you reshuffle there and hope to get a weapon or one of the tomes that we're talking about. If you're not being greedy, that 5th tome could probably be, in this case, something like Life Tome to evolve your Ice Wand, or you could go for something like projectile speed or crit for more damage. All right, clear choice here. There's one more tome on our list that we want to get, and it's damage tome. Ooh, good to go. That's important too. So like if all else fails here, we're going to get what we want at this point. Like it's going to happen. I'm going to max out my snow cannon next. We're going to get what we want. So if there was an instance where we weren't sure we're going to get what we want, and you're down to like choosing your last tome, it's good to know the backups, right? So I just listed them out as saying like if I couldn't greed. So right here, I'm going to go for just snow cannon 2. Let's finish building a snow cannon. All right, that was a quick one, right? So like here's a good example. Like none of these tomes fit, but we still have 4 weapons that we can choose from. So by hitting reshuffle, right, I at least got a weapon. I knew I was going to get a weapon there, and I didn't know, but like pretty sure I was going to go with. I'm going to go with chain landing. Well, oh, so it's good to know your backup tomes too. If I wasn't being so greedy for coin tome, it's good to know that like, okay, critical strike tome is perfectly fine. Projectile speed is really good. And life tome would have been totally fine for this run if I like couldn't get coin tome for whatever reason. And the same thing for weapons, right? So if I couldn't grab Ice Wand or chain landing, crossbow is totally fine. I'm trying to like do the perfect optimized build here. But part of optimizing your build is just choosing the best thing from the set of options that you're given. Like Mortdog said, meaningful choices is the best part of video games. And so when you don't actually, when it's not like just brain dead simple, that's when it's actually the most fun. Okay, so for here, I'm probably going to go with damage tome. So the other important thing to note is that when you max out one of the weapons or tomes, it can no longer show that that tome can't come up anymore. So if we max out damage tome, then that can't come up in one of the rolls, and we'll have a higher chance of getting the tome that we're missing, which is area of effect. So this is the perfect example, like as I'm talking about it. When I choose damage tome here, I will no longer see damage tome. And so if I roll a different tome, it can't be damage tome, increasing the odds it'll be area of effect tome, which is the one that I need. Finishing out tomes later in the run, or finishing out, let's say, weapons, if you're trying to get one specific weapon, is a way that you can make that priority decision. So again, here, I'm picking damage tome. It's a complete damage tome. It will no longer show up. It'll be maxed at 3. And so if a tome gets rolled, it's a higher chance of being area of effect. This lava level looks pretty cool. All right, here, again, clear choice. The thing we already have is fire orbs. Just take it. Don't need to think about it too much. We killed that elite earlier. Let's go grab this. All right, here, just taking more damage, not thinking about it. Same thing here. So 2 points in Ice Wand makes Ice Wand really strong. It reduces the cooldown. You can see it there, 1 projectile minus half a second cooldown. That's actually really big. If like it was a harder content and I wasn't just like clearing it really easily right now, I might consider that. But I'm going to take Duplicator Tome just to finish building out these tomes so we can try and get area of effect. So with chests, you can only get weapons or tomes that you've already chosen. When you get a chest, you're just going to upgrade whatever you have in your inventory, basically. So that's really helpful. And if you can evolve a weapon, it will evolve it. So let's say I had area tome here and I have my bombs at 5. It would have evolved bombs for me automatically. That would have been the thing that it done. It did. So chests are very reliable in that logic. Chests will always pick something from your inventory, and it will always prioritize evolving something that it can evolve from your inventory. Okay, if I really just need to, like, if my next one evolves bombs, I'll run out the chest and I'll make sure I'll get it. Even if like there are other options, like you have missing parts of your inventory. This level is actually really cool. I haven't had really a chance to look at it yet. There's like an eyeball over here just staring at us. All right, cool. Fire orbs. That's the other important thing. After you get 5 points in a weapon, and you have the tome that lets you evolve it, you get to evolve it. And evolved weapons do a shit ton more damage than regular weapons. Evolving weapons is like a really, really big boost to DPS. If you can evolve a weapon earlier in a run, the better. And I will show you after this, like how you can see all the evolutions and from the settings menu. I can't click on it now because we're stuck in the ability. But yeah, so evolving, anytime you can evolve one, that's also like a really easy choice. It's like, all right, that time I'm evolving it. The one thing is, if you can evolve a weapon, so in this case, we can evolve Fire Orbs to Flame Wheel. If I don't choose Flame Wheel, it will show up again in the next option. So I'm going to do that here. Say that again to make sure it's clear. When you can evolve a weapon, it will always appear as the top option in your shop. However, if you don't pick it, it will be the top option again in your next shop. So like right now, I'm not going to pick Flame Wheel. I'm going to pick Duplicator Tome. And Flame Wheel will come up again. Boop. Cool. This way is another hack you can use to guarantee and fill out the rest of your inventory, because you're guaranteed to get one thing that you know you want. So of the 3, if I choose Coin Tome here, I know I'll get Flame Wheel. And so what it's basically is, it's a free roll to try and get this stinking Area Tome we haven't gotten yet. Again, to make this clear, you're guaranteed to get the evolution on every shop refresh. So if you click on something, it's like a free shop refresh, because you know that you want Coin Tome, and this will give you another chance for the roll to get Area Tome that we also need. So I'm going to click on Coin Tome. Right, Flame Wheel showed up again. Now I'm going to do the same thing with Cooldown Tome. I need Cooldown Tome. I'm still going to guarantee Flame Wheel next spin. So let's click on Cooldown Tome, and hopefully, since we've already blocked out Duplicator Tome and Damage Tome, that we can get an Area Tome for the video, but no dice. All right, so we're going with Flame Wheel. And you can see now I just finished wave 1 and I still haven't completed my inventory. That's fine. This area 1 is being really a pain in the butt to grab, even using all of our little hacks. So let's try and take a closer look at this level. I'm still like leveling up too fast to like even look down. And so we got some eyeballs staring at us. All right. So still no area tome. So we got to refresh. We don't want any of this stuff. All right. Area tome was not meant to be. But like I was talking about earlier, we still knew what we wanted as the backups, which are Critical Strike, Move Speed, and Life Tome. And so we got the backup here. Unfortunately, we're just going to be Life Tome. So that unfortunately means we're not going to be able to upgrade or evolve our bombs. I wanted to show you. So if you go to Settings, you hit pause in the top right, and then go to Evolutions here. This will show you all the evolutions for the different weapons, both that you have and that you don't have. So you can see here, right? Fire Orbs and Duplicator Tome equals Flame Wheel, and Ice Wand plus Life Tome equals Frost Nova. And after playing this for a long time, you'll just like know these off the top of your head. So if you ever forget, you're like, I'm not sure how to evolve something. Unfortunately, as we saw earlier, you can't do it mid-roll, but you can do it during the game. You can pause and check. So bombs, we missed Area Tome, which was for bombs. So evolutions are a big part of this game. Getting the evolved form of your weapons is how you really increase your damage during your run. So the reason why you have priority weapons and priority tomes is because how they work together. The weapons do the damage and the tomes amplify the damage, but they also let you evolve your main weapons. And evolving the main weapons increases their damage significantly. Your optimal build is some combination of getting damage tomes to amplify your main weapons, plus also evolving your main weapons. It's generally better to evolve a weapon, and it's particularly good to evolve weapons with tomes that do more damage across all the weapons. Right here, we settled with Life Tome as the evolution for Ice Wand, but Life Tome won't actually help any of our other weapons do damage because it doesn't do any damage. Life Tome increases your health, which in normal mode is just not going to be helpful. As you can see here, like no horde is even getting close to hitting me. Not even the elites really like even spawned and had a chance. Alright, so at this point, we're just trying to survive. Can I step on these lava rocks? Nope, that's just a rock. Alright, so at this point, we have our max inventory. Cooldown is probably the single like most damage boost we can grab, so I'm going to grab it now. After that, we're either going to pick Ice Wand or Chain Lightning to evolve first. Whichever one just kind of shows up in the shop is what we're going to be picking. And you can see here, so I honestly didn't get perfect weapons, unfortunately, because I didn't get that area of effects tome. I just got like super unlucky across all of those spins. And you can see why I was using extra spins, right? We used those, plus we had extras, and we still didn't get the tome. But that gives you the best chance. And doing things the right way, process-wise, is the right long-term solution, even if it doesn't work every time. All right, chest, so we're guaranteed here to get one of our items. Dice one, hooray. But yeah, so focus on the process over the result on some level, right? So we played this correctly. We did everything to optimize our chance of getting the right tomes and the right weapons, and it just didn't turn out. But we also knew the backup plan, and we were ready to go. We still were having no problem clearing the chapter. There are certain chapters, this is not one of them, they're kind of later in Nightmare mode, where like you need to have RNG, like just luck, in order to get the right weapons in the right order, otherwise you're just not clearing the chapter. This is not the case here. So right, we're trying to increase our damage still. So chain lightning looks like it's gonna be the one we'll try and do first. Again, this is like a micro optimization. I'm very clearly safe here, so like it doesn't really matter like what weapons I evolve next. But chain lightning will be a faster increase in damage because it's already at level 3 now. So right, 4 versus 3. Let's just get this thing evolved. And each weapon levels up 5 times before it evolves. Something to know. Chain lightning. Alright, there we go, Thunderbolt. And now at this point, we're just, I mean, like, it doesn't, at this point, we're just all smooth sailing. There are some weapons where it's actually not worth evolving them. Your DPS actually kind of goes down depending on your build. Crossbow is one of them, interestingly enough. Crossbow, it's much better to have all the little bows, all the little arrows from the bow shooting around than it is to do the one giant bow. That one big arrow will do more damage for crossbow as a skill, but those little arrows apply vulnerability to Horde, and they let all of your other weapons do more damage, and so your net total damage is higher with unevolved crossbow than it is with evolved crossbow. Unless you have crossbow at 5 stars, which is like super late in the game. Also, in like our build, I wasn't planning on evolving Ice Wand. Ice Wand at with 5 points in it is going to do enough freezing of enemies around me that I don't need it to evolve into Frost Nova. The additional frozen enemies isn't really going to make a difference. You see, they're not really even getting close to me. I'm not even having to focus. I guess I already have evolved Frost Nova at this point. It'd be interesting to see at some point here if I'm going to have to start kiting Noble Shoes, Chest, and Ring. Because I'm trying to make this a little bit of like a farming run, and I picked Coin Tome. So we're definitely not at max DPS here, and I don't know if Santa's going to be able to clear it, but we'll find out. Where's this elite? There he is. Alright, we'll watch out for that. Alright, he's done. If that was a little bit harder there, I could have hit my Basilisk ultimate. So when you get a 4-star pet, and then I always choose when it gives you the option for health or coins, I just pick auto. I don't really think about that one at this point. If you want to like make meaningful decisions later, you might want to like just pick coins or health, and then if you lose health later, it'll pick it. But the game does it automatically, and so there's no need to overthink that one. I guess now that I've hit max level and evolved everything, any additional levels will just increase my health or increase coins. So that's what farming is all about. I'll do this in another video. Is part of farming is hitting max level as fast as you can, so that you can start getting coins from additional levels. All right, wave 4, and now let's see. This might start to get tricky in terms of me actually having to kite and pay attention. So let's see. This is a rock. This is burn me. No. So I haven't played these levels yet, so let's take a look. So there's an eyeball here. That's a rock. I'm wondering if any of these lava pits, so if you stand on them, will burn you. It doesn't look like it. They just look like they're obstacles. They're not. Let's see what this guy is here. Level 4 pets have ultimates, and that ultimate is that little blue button. It looks like a foot in my bottom right. Clicking on that makes all of my weapons slow enemies. So for 10 seconds. So if I get like, when I have to go and if I have to clear an elite later, or I get multiple elites, I'm going to have to use, so like, it would be have an S right now to have it up to slow the elites down. Ooh, what is that guy? Is he new? Look at that. He's like a little lava worm. Oh, he's the lava serpent. All right, cool. The lava serpent's a new elite. Very cool. Clear him out. Big horde coming. Big horde is, again, this is like when they throw in a ton at you. And having fire orbs early in the run is helpful for this because it's area of effect DPS to keep you safe. Santa's pretty fun. He's my favorite hero in the game, honestly. You even get special jingle loadout when you play with him. So I'll turn the volume up for that right now so you can hear it. Turn the volume for me too. Yeah, so I'm a big Santa fan. He also gives you the best chance for gold keys. And all right, to start paying attention here. So we're 12 seconds in. 12 seconds left in this wave. We're gonna be okay now, but I'm gonna have to start paying attention probably in the next wave. And this is actually gonna be part of like my general guide to clearing levels. But we're gonna have to start searching for power-ups, it looks like, because they were getting a little close to me there at the end. And so let's see if we can do a little tutorial on this. So now we're looking for power-ups. So we gotta start walking. And we're not walking very fast, so it's gonna be interesting. You can see here why Ice Wand or Frost Nova is just totally saving my butt right now. All right, these are not going down quickly, but they're not coming at me anyway. So like we're fine. All right, so I'm looking for any kind of power up that does freeze, damage, that will help me out here. Coins is not whatever. Oh, not having area of effect, I'm feeling that. That's why these things aren't going down super fast, is not having area of effect tome. So maybe greeting for coin tome was a little greedy. All right, so let's turn on my Basilisk ultimate to slow these guys. Give me a little bit of room to run around because I'm gonna have to dodge out of that stomp. Shoot this guy in the face a little bit if we can. All right, we got our ultimate up, so we should be good. Santa's little helpers are drawing away. Whee! I'm not surprised at the end of this, since I didn't get bombs, if my pet's going to be the biggest damage dealer of all of my weapons. By like probably a large margin. This 400 level Basilisk is a beast. Beast mode Basilisk. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been looking down at the game for a while. Alright, here's a power up. So, right, this will be insurance against the last set of elites, basically. So now I know that I can have my ultimate up for the last set of elites. Oh gosh, it's not happy. Get the Basilisk ultimate to try and survive a little bit here. Slowing enemies also lets me do more damage to them. I have the talent that increases damage to slowed, and so that'll help me clear out these guys. There are only 10 seconds left, so I can grab this. My ultimate lasts for 12 seconds, so I now know that I can beat the level. And then that's it. So this is actually a really good example where we didn't actually get optimal weapons, unfortunately, but we got the priority weapons that we needed in order to survive. And so we knew when we didn't get Area Tome what our next set of priorities were. Grabbed Life Tome, and Life Tome actually saved us there. I don't know if we beat the level without it, because it involved Ice Wand into Frost Nova and let us clear it out. So now it's coin rush time, and my greed kind of paid off, so now I'll get full coin bonus from my coin tome during coin rush. So that's an example of how my logic goes through selecting weapons during a run. Again, you want to go in knowing what your priorities are, and then adjust accordingly based on what the game gets you. And the process is more important than the outcome in the long run. So doing it like this, doing it the right way, will give you the best shot at getting the optimal weapons each time, even if it doesn't quite work out the way you want it to. And look, we cleared the chapter using not total DPS gear with like a slightly suboptimal build. All right, I'm Kolz. Thanks for watching the content. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully this helps you think about how you prioritize your weapon choices during your run. Subscribe to the channel, like the content, it all helps the algorithm for me. You can find more guides. I've done one on arena, dungeon, and talents that should help you out in your early game. And remember, always do your adventure! That one just finished up, so hopefully you got Rune Master.